offensively despite double teaming, familiar and deadly like these. But it's also been a half-court trapping Laker defense, which has had the Sixers confused and unable to run their attack with patience. The story of the series, 3 convincing Laker victories against a single win by Philly, and even the incomparable Julius Erving has been virtually helpless to stem the tide. With brilliant and versatile play by Magic Johnson and his pinpoint passing to speedsters like Jamaal Wilkes, the Lakers 1 game away from a world championship have been simply too much. Back in Philadelphia, Game 5, where time is running out on the Sixers. And here in the Spectrum, getting ready for Game 5, the fans have not given up at all. They're hoping this series continues, but they know their Sixers have their backs to the wall. And good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dick Stockton. The Los Angeles Lakers are on the threshold of winning a world championship. Victory today gives them the title and also the best playoff record in NBA history. And off of what we've seen so far, perhaps it's now time to start talking about the Lakers in terms of greatness. As far as the Sixers are concerned, they have been valiant, but their backs again to the wall. They have been to this spot many times. This could be their last stand. They know that no team has ever come back in the championship finals after trailing 3 games to 1. To make matters worse, they played games 3 and 4 in Los Angeles and never even had the lead. So obviously the Sixers are having their problems, Bill Russell, and frankly I don't know whether they can solve them. What do you think?
Well, so far they've been able to come back in other series, but this time they may have gone to the well once too often, Dick.
All right, the question, if you're a Sixer player and coach and you've been on both sides of a 3-1 lead and deficit, most of the time you've been ahead, what goes through your mind in a tough spot like this?
Well, I think the players want to win this game for 2 reasons. 1, you don't want to get just run over, get steamrolled. And 2, if you win the game today, it's a new series.
All right, as far as the Lakers are concerned, their things.
Well, the Lakers can win the game today. This would legitimize their claim to being one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest playoff team in history.
You know, earlier in the year you said the Boston Celtics were a great regular season ball club. They'd have to prove themselves in the playoffs. The Lakers may be proving themselves the way you were talking.
It depends on how they do today.
All right, so that's the story. And, of course, we have our coaches in the coaches' room, who are the alter egos for the coaches on the floor. I'm talking about Hubie Brown of the New York Knicks and Kevin Lockery of the Atlanta Hawks, and they've been working throughout the series. And joining them today in the coaches' room, Pat O'Brien. Pat?
Thank you, Dick. I'm looking at you guys. Usually it's the coach's chair who changes all the time. In this case, it's this chair. Let's talk basketball. You're Billy Cunningham. What do? You got to do something. You start with the change of starting lineup, maybe.
Pat, I don't think you have to change the starting lineup and your personnel. I think it's necessary for Philadelphia to come out, be more aggressive offensively and defensively. Particularly defensively, you'll see some traps, half-court traps by Philadelphia today, similar to LA's half-court trap, to try to generate some easy baskets off their defense. Offensively, after LA scores, Philadelphia will take the ball out, push it to half court immediately, maybe on a direct pass to start a break. Also, they might release Dr. J. By that I mean when LA shoots, Dr. J will immediately take off to get involved in the fast break for some easy baskets.
Hubie, you're Pat Riley. What do you say? So what, right?
Well, yeah, you don't change at all because you are dictating the tempo, and at this level, that's the key to winning any championship, high school, college, or pro. The tempo is dictated by your defense. They've been able to do that in the half-court trap as well as their regular man-to-man. You must get easy baskets. They are getting them off the fast break in the offensive rebounding and then superbly running their half-court offense for layups and easy baseline jump shots. Now, from a defensive standpoint, they are not allowing Philadelphia to get the ball to their 3 offensive positions and not allowing any 2 guys to get into a groove.
That's stuff looks good on paper. Let's talk emotion. Have the Lakers taken the heart and soul out of Philadelphia?
Many people feel they have, but you have to look at the positive, and you got to say you're crazy. There's no positive for Philadelphia. But people forget the first 2 games here in the Spectrum. Philadelphia totally outplayed the Lakers. Even the Laker personnel said they were lucky to win the first game. So I think there's still a chance. They only have to win one game in L.A. You might see a championship game here Thursday night.
We were talking earlier. It looks like the Lakers are possessed almost.
Well, you have to be greatly impressed with their intensity. I think we'll see them go to Kareem like they have in every first and third quarter. 6-7 out of the first 9 times down the floor. They'll stay with the half-court trap. Philly's only scoring at 31%.
Dr. J told me yesterday it's not over till it's over. They're about ready to get to the starting lineups. Let's go down to Dick Stockton.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 5 of the NBA World Championship Series between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First, the Western Conference, the Los Angeles Lakers. Starting at forward in his first season from Santa Clara, number 31, Kurt Rambis. At the other forward in his 8th season from UCLA, number 52, Jamaal Wilkes. Starting at guard in his 5th campaign from Duquesne, number 10, Norm Nixon. At the other guard in his 3rd year from Michigan State, number 32, Erving Magic Johnson. And starting at center in his 13th season from UCLA, number 33, Kareem Abdul Jabbar, and the head coach of the Lakers, Pat Riley. And now the starting lineups for the Eastern Conference champion, Philadelphia 76ers. Starting at guard in his 4th year from West Texas State, number 10, Maurice Cheeks. At the other guard in his 2nd year from Southwest Louisiana, number 22, Andrew Toney. Starting at center in his 9th season from Albany State, number 11, Caldwell Jones. Starting at forward in his 8th season from North Carolina, number 24, Bobby Jones. And at the other forward in his 11th season from Massachusetts, number 6, the doctor, Julius Erving. And the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Billy Cunningham.
Championship game is sponsored by Mazda and Mazda Quality Products. The Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by Meguiar's, making professional quality car waxes since 1901.
The Lakers have won 18 of their last 20 going back to the regular season. If they win this game and the title, they will wind up with a 12-1 record in the playoffs, and that would be the best. But this is what the 76ers have to face, the 3-1 deficit in which no club has rallied from. As you look at a confident Los Angeles bench, and Bill, they don't want to go back to L.A. to play a game. They want to go back as champs.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. But, you know, the Sixers are thinking that if we can get this game, it's a new series altogether.
The Sixers have lost 5 of their last 7 playoff games and have shot only 45%. A key reason why the Lakers have been dominant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He'll jump center against Caldwell Jones. And in the 4 games, they have divided the 4 opening taps, 2 and 2. Controlled by Philadelphia. Bobby Jones to Cheeks. Well, you can't expect the Sixers to get off to any faster start than that. Opening second. Cheeks harassing Norm Nixon. High post is Kareem. Bobby Jones is guarding Rambis, but sloughing off him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Alley-oop knocked away by Toney. Saved by Caldwell Jones. Julius Erving. Erving in a crowd. And Julius loses it out of bounds. And the crowd is churned up here. Philadelphia has their first lead since the 2nd game. The only game they won in this series. Norm Nixon, been a fine playmaker. Shooting has been up and down. Jamaal Wilkes really hasn't gotten going in the shooting department, and a foul against Caldwell Jones, and this is a big thing Philadelphia has to watch.
That's the one thing that the Lakers were able to do, the 2 games in Los Angeles, to get Caldwell Jones out of the game relatively quick, or make him have to change his game so that he's not as effective, and that's a key element and the Lakers taking over dominance of the game.
That was an offensive foul against Kareem. So the elbow against Kareem, who when he had foul trouble in Game 3 came out, and Bob McAdoo more than capably filled the bill.
But that was after Kareem had gotten Caldwell-Jones in foul trouble and had changed the Philadelphia outlook.
Against Rambis, Bobby Jones draws the foul. The officials in this afternoon are Jake O'Donnell and Ed Rush with Earl Strom, the alternate. And we don't know how it'll go from here because we only have completed just about 2 minutes of play, but the Sixers do look like a far more aggressive team off the top.
Well, I expect them to come out and take it to the Lakers. The question is, will they spend too much emotion in the first half?
See, Billy has told us that we like to come out, but we don't want to lose the emotion. So you don't want to come out too strong and then fall off.
Because it's so hard to get it back once you've lost it. You know, you start out real tough, and then when the game settles down, it's hard to get a rhythm.
Rambis committed the foul. Bobby Jones with the free throws. Jamaal Wilkes into Magic Johnson and Kurt Rambis. Rambis again on the offensive boards. L.A. pounding the offensive glass. A block shot by Caldwell-Jones, and finally traveling call. L.A. pounded the offensive glass, but they came up with nothing. Kurt Rambis, the free agent who's had his best games in the opening moments. First half from Claire primarily.
Now that was an instance of incredible hard work by both teams, offense and defense.
Andrew Toney, guarded by Jamaal Wilkes. Magic is on Julius Erving, and drawing the foul is Andrew Toney going inside. Let's watch Kurt Rambis trying to keep it alive for L.A.
Rambis has it again. He's up there. He gets it again. Blocks, gets it again. And he took steps, if that's what it's called.
As we said, he's always been off to a hot start in this series. Kareem, meanwhile, has picked up his second personal foul and the second team foul on the Lakers. And Andrew Toney shooting a pair. Toney has been outstanding from the free throw line at 85% in the series. He is second in scoring to Julius Erving, and only Magic Johnson has more rebounds for guards. He's third in assists. And if it weren't for the Lakers' blowout so far, Toney would be called one of the outstanding players, and he has been. Jamaal Wilkes is short. Julius. Philadelphia ball. Last touch by Wilkes.
And the Lakers have come up empty so far.
0 for 5.
They're doing good things offensively, but so far they haven't managed to capitalize on any of it.
They have yet to hit a basket. 5-0. 2 minutes gone by in the opening period here in the game that the Sixers must win. In fact, they've got to win 3, but they can't think about Tuesday till they win today. If they win, Andrew Toney, 7-0 lead. And Norm Nixon breaks the drought at 9:45 to go. Pat Riley, the angriest we've seen him so far, the 37-year-old native of Schenectady, New York, and a star at the University of Kentucky. Cheeks has Nixon baseline. Kareem gets it out to Nixon. Lakers breaking. Rambis. Caldwell-Jones, who leads the Sixers in defensive rebounds, gets it out to the doctor. Kareem is back, and Magic takes it away from him. Magic Johnson leads in steal, and you saw why right there. 5-point lead. A grueling opening moments here in game number 5. Lakers lead at 3-1, hoping to win a title. Double team on Kareem, and a good one. 3-second violation called against the Lakers. And a timeout is called, 8:57 on the clock. And this game has started out for Philadelphia, and the crowd knows it. In 1971 to win a title. LA needs to win today to make it 12 out of 13, and that's what they're shooting for. Russ, but Philadelphia off to a good start, and you pointed up the question, can they sustain it?
Well, what they're going to have to do is, so far they've done it correctly. They have gotten the points out of all that emotion they've spent. They've got a 5-point lead, and what they have to do is, while they're on this emotional high, they're going to have to capitalize on every opportunity. Like it hurt him just a little bit when Magic stole the ball from Julius in that fast break, because another basket then it makes it gives you a better lead to deal with over that long period of time.
8:45 remaining, first period. Caldwell-Jones dropped the pass, and Magic picks it up. Jones has dropped the pass, and here come the Lakers. Bobby Jones on Norm Nixon. In by Rambis, and Cheeks was guarding Rambis. They went for the mismatch, and Rambis is in again. And Toney comes up with it. Can't imagine why the Lakers managed to score inside when they have possession. But the 76ers have something to say about that. The trap, and Julius can't save it. So Philadelphia has turned the ball over too many times so far.
So far, they're squandering that high they're on. They got to take advantage of it a little better.
Rambis is 0 for 6. Kirk, he's been the first quarter star for the Lakers. They come at you at spurts, and they have different people at different parts of the game that come through for him. Kareem setting a screen for Wilkes. Short, Caldwell Jones collides with Jamaal Wilkes, and it is still Los Angeles ball.
There are a lot of bodies colliding out there so far. Now here the guys, there's a little collision there. And Caldwell's trying to keep Norman from falling.
Lakers 1 for 11 from the field. Norm Nixon. Cheeks the rebound. And Nixon did a good job of stopping Cheeks so that he couldn't get a head start up the court. He's the man that keeps the Philadelphia break, and it's a pretty good break, although we haven't seen it much the last 2 games. Flip it in to Bobby Jones, and Kareem was there. Not a good pass, and he was surrounded well, was Jones. Magic coming back. Caldwell picks him up, and Cheeks picks him up, and now we'll have traveling called inside against Jamaal Wilkes. Bob McAdoo, who has been a savior for the Lakers coming off the bench as a backup center and forward, is now into the ball game for Los Angeles.
And Pat Riley's going to a different substitution pattern. He's bringing in McAdoo for Rambis instead of Kareem, as he usually does about this time of the game.
Guarding Bobby Jones, coming around the screen is Toney. Swiping of the ball is Magic Johnson, and Toney hits from the baseline. Don't forget, Andrew scored 46 against the Lakers on this very court this year. And once again, a 7-point lead. With 5 minutes gone by, opening period. Ball knocked away by Bobby Jones, and they're going to call a foul. It was away from the ball. It wasn't on Jones, but let's check and see. Might have been Andrew Toney away from the ball. We'll check.
Yes, it was Andrew Toney away from the ball.
We have another timeout. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the first period. The Sixers still lead by 7.
Yeah, that was a very inopportune foul because they had a fast break, and that hurts again.
Off. He had 19 points, 8 in the final quarter in Game 4. He had injury problems, the high salary. He's won just about everything. Rookie of the Year. He was on the All-Star team, MVP, scoring king. One thing that has eluded him, a world championship, and now he has to play behind some other stars. He doesn't mind it one bit. He has found new life with the LA Lakers.
And that's a good group to find new life with, I can tell you, Coach.
Guess so.
Now, so far, the Sixers have come out about like I expected. And now comes the tough part of the game. You get your first 2 or 3 timeouts, and the game starts to settle down now. Now you have to sustain a high level of efficiency, and they've got to capitalize more on the Laker turnovers and mistakes.
You saw that incredible shooting percentage, 1 for 12 and 8%. Kareem usually takes good percentage shots, and he does there. He's at nearly 55% from the field in the series.
So Norm Nixon is pressing Maurice Cheeks, and that's not to steal the ball. That's just to disrupt the rhythm of the Sixer offense.
10 seconds on the clock. Julius Erving misses, and Magic Johnson has the break with Wilkes on his right, Nixon on the left. Cheeks picking him up. Nixon moved to the hoop. Wilkes tried to keep it alive. Bobby Jones, good flip to Mo Cheeks, waiting for Julius to get in.
And number 33 is back there waiting for all the things to get up to him.
Well, he's been terrific at both ends of the floor.
Now we have a mismatch. Caldwell Jones has Norm Nixon on him.
Erving going inside. Rebound Magic. Quick outlet pass to Nixon. And Nixon slows it up. McAdoo pulls up. There he is, Bob McAdoo from North Carolina, who came over in a trade from New Jersey on Christmas Eve. And the Lakers are down by 3. The Lakers scored only 2 points in the first 5 minutes and 1 second of this game. Julius inside. Cheeks goes high to keep it going with a new clock. And underneath to Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones, who had a hip pointer, limiting him to no points in Game 3, came back strong in the 4th game. And now we have a 20-second injury timeout. Kareem goes over to Jack Curran, the trainer on the Lakers bench.
He had his glasses knocked off. And he looked a little upset.
22nd time. We mentioned what LA is dating back to the regular season. They have been on a tear indeed. We have 5:29 remaining in the first period. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who won a title with Milwaukee, was on the championship team 2 years ago with the Lakers. But remember, he was hurt in Game 5 and did not play in Game 6 when the Lakers beat the Sixers to capture the crown. So I think he may want this a little extra special. There's Billy Cunningham, the 39-year-old, celebrated his birthday Thursday. It was a long birthday for him. The rebound story. LA, by the way, has 6 offensive rebounds, but they haven't converted any into points. Magic Johnson hits outside. One of the few times we've seen Magic shoot and hit outside in the series.
You haven't seen him miss it either. He's very accurate on that shot. He knows when to take it. He does not take it very often. He never pushes it. Never takes it when there's any kind of distraction.
As Kareem said, was rolled mostly in a passing situation. Caldwell-Jones misses, and Kareem takes it out to Nixon. Under 5 minutes to go in the first. McAdoo hit his last. Hits 2 in a row.
Now this is a tough part. Again, I repeat, this is a tough part of the game for the Sixers.
Philadelphia. And a foul on Norm Nixon. It'll be the third basket, the third team foul on the Lakers, and it's on Norm Nixon as Michael Cooper makes his first entry into the ball game.
Now here's Maurice Cheeks, and here's the foul with Norm Nixon.
All right, back to live action. Cooper in the ball game. Toney, watched by Cooper. Cooper, outstanding defensive player, has his work cut out for him with Andrew Toney. Ball falls off, but Julius Erving with the follow-up misses. That just fell off the rim. The Doc had a great chance. Here comes LA running, and the bounce pass to McAdoo. He couldn't hold on, and it's Philadelphia ball.
And Magic Johnson got that defensive foul and started that fast break.
Loose ball foul. A loose ball foul has been called against Bob McAdoo, and there is Kareem on the bench. Mike Bantam comes in for Philadelphia. He is the leading offensive rebounder for the Sixers in this series. And he was a big spark, along with Clint Richardson, in the Sixers rally in the 4th period of Thursday night's game. Sixer lead at once was 7, now it's 1 with 4:15 to go first period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell from the Spectrum, 18,300. Los Angeles
called an illegal defense.
No, it was a foul. Oh, yes, it was. Illegal defense on Bob McAdoo. Now, the Lakers have been called for this in practically every game, and sometimes it's to the tune of a technical.
Billy Cunningham thinks.
Steal by Cooper, 2-on-1 with Nixon. Loses the ball to Bantam. We'll find out what Billy thinks in a minute, because I'd like to know, too. Cheeks goes inside, and we'll have an LA foul.
The Sixers think that the Lakers play a complete zone. And so now here's the illegal defense now. You see Bob McAdoo has not left the lane. See, his left foot is in the lane. His left there, he just left it. And by then it was already called. See, you have to go outside of the paint.
Which means above that free throw line, so to speak, or the imaginary line across, as Cheeks misses the free throw. The personal foul was on Michael Cooper, his first. And so the Lakers are now in the penalty. 5 team fouls. And the quarter puts you in the penalty with under 4 minutes to go. Sixers committed 2. Cheeks commits only 1, so it's 12-10, Philadelphia leading.
And this is an extraordinarily quick LA team.
Ed Rush underneath calls a foul. It's on Caldwell-Jones. That's his second personal foul. So Jones has 2. The Sixers centers were in foul trouble in the first 3 games of this series.
Now in this situation, with Kareem in there, the 2 fouls would mean more with Caldwell-Jones. They would have to take him out if Kareem was still there. But with this group, he can play with it.
McAdoo in the lane. He's hot. Bob McAdoo, who in 26 minutes has averaged nearly 15 a game, is 3 for 3 from the field. And we have a tie game, now broken again by Philadelphia, and Cheeks with 5 points. Cheeks and Toney with 5. The guards have done it. They have 10 of the 14 Philadelphia points. Wilkes in the right spot. Blocked. Wilkes took the ball away, and Bantam, jump ball as Mike Bantam ties up Wilkes, who had a good spot inside after Caldwell-Jones blocked the shot.
Now this is one way where you can see a manifestation of that intensity and up, as you can call it, that the Sixers have. They are blocking everything in there.
They have a big edge in block shots in this series against Cooper. Andrew Toney, nice move. That was a superb move by Andrew Toney, getting Cooper out of the way. It's a 4-point lead again. Andrew 3 for 4. Philadelphia playing more of the trap than the Lakers that we've seen so far, with under 3 minutes to play. First period. Sixers by 4. LA has not had the lead. We've had one tie. Nixon pulls up over Cheeks.
That was a tough shot because Cheeks was right in his face on that one.
Nixon is shooting only 40% from the field. Yet he's been the leading playmaker in the series, and an offensive foul called against Philadelphia. Julius Erving will come back in the ball game for the 76ers. And the personal foul is on Mike Bantam, his first. 2:37 showing on the clock. LA cold early, Philadelphia hot early. They had a 7-0 lead, and they had a 7-point lead, now to 2.
Now they're going to have to continue this, playing a strong defense, so they're going to have a real problem.
2 with 2:37 remaining in the first period here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Billy Cunningham looking for one more game. The rebounding story favors the Lakers, most of it on the offensive board, to the tune of 13-8.
But they haven't capitalized on the rebounding edge so far. Now the Sixers are in pretty good shape. They seem to be ready for a whole game. I was worried that after the game settled down, that they would be hard pressed to continue but they've kept the intensity up pretty good so far.
Cooper and Magic are the guards, along with Norm Nixon, and Cooper now moves to a forward position. Magic, of course, can play any spot. Caldwell Jones knocked the ball away from Jamaal Wilkes, and it was picked up by Cheeks. It was a steal credited to Caldwell Jones, and Mo Cheeks' turnaround blocked by McAdoo out of bounds. Still Philadelphia ball. Coming into the game, the Sixers had the edge in block shots, 31-22.
Now here's a steal by Caldwell Jones, picked up right there, knocked loose, picked up by Cheeks, and takes it all the way down.
Philadelphia guards have 12 of their 16 points so far. Back out to Andrew Toney. Double team. Cheeks with Nixon. Baseline. And Mo fires it up. Caldwell Jones at the other end. And a loose ball foul has been called against Caldwell Jones, and that'll be number 3 on him. So Billy C. may have to go to his bench, and Darryl Dawkins. According to our records, he has 3 fouls. And now they tell us it's 2. So we have to fill in a personal foul somewhere along the way. It's 2 fouls on Caldwell Jones. Norm Nixon hits from the corner. Nixon, 24 points, along with Wilkes, the top scorer in game number 1. 1:40 to play, first period. We have our second tie of the ball game. First tie was at 12. Caldwell Jones misses inside. Bantam fights, and the Sixers cannot afford to miss great percentage shots inside like that. Cooper coming right down, pulls up.
He gets the bounce.
And the Lakers have their first lead in the ball game with 1:19 to play in the first period. Darryl Dawkins will come down or come into the ball game, and we still have Caldwell Jones with 2 fouls. Bantam finds Toney left to the key, and Andrew with 9 points here in the first period. He's been the high scorer in 2 of the 4 games for Philly. A turnover, Sixers, and Cooper. Good move by Julius. Lakers have it, and it's LA ball.
And again, those turnovers are hurting the Sixers when they have a nice chance to pad the lead or take the lead. They've come up empty.
Darryl Dawkins is in the ball game. If he can avoid foul trouble and use his muscle inside and hit the baseline 15-footer, he could help the Sixer cause. He had a fine game in game 3 in defeat. 14 points, but had only 4 points in game number 4. Sixers need Dawkins. Last off the foot of Wilkes, Philadelphia ball. So another turnover here. It's been tight.
There have been a lot of turnovers today, but most of the turnovers have been caused by good defense.
That was the 9th LA turnover. 37 seconds to go in the first period. 16 on the shot clock. Dawkins against Kareem. Bantam in the air, and Cooper comes down with it. And Bantam just held Cooper enough to prevent the quick pass up court. 20 seconds. There's a 2-second differential between the 24-second clock and the game clock. And a steal by Julius with 13 seconds. 3-on-2 break. Julius, Toney, they got it. 8 seconds to go. Sixers regain the lead by 2. And Norm Nixon runs into Cheeks, no foul call, and goaltending is called against Darryl Dawkins. And credit the basket to Nixon with no time on the clock. And that is of the first period here at the Spectrum. And we are dead even at 20-20, and if nothing else, the Philadelphia fans do indeed have some hope that perhaps they can keep that series alive. Final round of the Kemper Open. And right now, Craig Stadler, the Masters champion, has a 5-stroke lead over Jack Nicklaus. And Stadler in his finest performance since the Masters in the battle for the Kemper Open. Meanwhile, we've completed 12 minutes of this game number 5, and the score is tied 20-20. Philadelphia obviously playing better than they have the last 2 games. Should they have a bigger lead right now or not, considering the turnovers they've committed?
Well, if the score is even in the first quarter, that makes LA a hit. And the reason I say that is the Sixers had to come out strong. They did come out strong. But you end up at the end of the first quarter and you're tied. That's not a good sign. Now, they're going to need a spectacular game out of one of the guys, much more than you expected if they're going to be able to win this game. Maybe it'll be Dawkins, maybe it'll be Julius, or maybe Toney, but who knows? But they're going to have a big game now out of someone, and I mean an especially big game.
Keep in mind, Andrew Toney 5 for 6 for 11 points. Norm Nixon 4 for 6 for 8 points. And each one of those gentlemen has hit his last 3 shots. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell at the Spectrum. Nixon off the hands of Kareem. Here comes Mo Cheeks in the open court. Darryl Dawkins inside gets the bucket. Darryl Dawkins played a key role in Game 2 and did more than his share in the scoring department as Philadelphia was victorious. But LA always has the ability for those big spurts. He showed it in 2 games. Nixon misses the shot. We have a foul away from the ball inside.
Now here's Dawkins and Kareem getting to know each other. And that's the foul that's called.
And a personal foul
on Darryl Dawkins.
Erving is trying to watch Wilkes inside. Jamaal fires it up and it drops through for him. Jamaal Wilkes is shooting over 50%, but struggling in this series. 1 for 5 in the ball game, and we have another tie. It is our 5th tie of the ball game. Biggest lead for Philadelphia was 7 points in the first quarter. LA once had the lead at 18-16. And the Lakers commit a foul, and Magic, who was on the bench, having scored 2 points in the first period, comes back in the game, replacing Norm Nixon. The personal foul is on Jamaal Wilkes.
I think that this game, for both teams, is the most intense game they've had in the series so far.
Cooper is on Cheeks. 6'7" against 6'1". We're looking at pure height. Dawkins challenging Kareem. And Julius fighting Kareem for the loose ball. Bannon comes out with it. Julius going after Kareem here, as no one else has for Philadelphia in this series. Dawkins, tough baseline shot, and it comes down to McAdoo. Gets it out to Magic. He has Wilkes and Cooper. When they pass, they have so many great passes on this LA team. And now Los Angeles leads by 2, their second lead of the game.
Now what the Sixers are doing, they're taking the ball inside to Kareem, and he's up to it so far.
Julius misses inside, and the foul is against Philadelphia.
They're not getting good shots. They're getting shots in close, but they're not good shots.
Julius Erving is now 0 for 5 in the game, and Billy Cunningham protests that foul. It is on Darryl Dawkins, and his second personal foul. He wants consistent calls, if we could read his lips.
Now here's a shot missed by, now there's the foul that's called on Dawkins. Looked a little different.
Billy wanted to say, if you're not going to call it at the other end, don't call it at this end. 2 minutes gone by. Second period. LA needs the victory for the title. Philadelphia needs the win to stay alive. And Michael Cooper, wide open, hits the shot. So 6 different Lakers have scored in the ball game, and they have the biggest lead right now of 4. Philadelphia has to shut them down, and Clay Johnson is in the ball game, number 34. We have a foul against the Lakers.
Did that gate close quickly?
Magic slow
And
getting up.
emphatically, I'm sorry.
Clint Richardson is coming in the game for Philadelphia, and Clay Johnson had come in the ball game for Los Angeles. So when we come out, we will show you the two guards that have come into the ball game. Philadelphia to bring you up to date. Los Angeles leads by 4. That was the score when we left you, as the Lakers had scored 6 in a row. They have virtually traded baskets in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds, with Bob hitting 2 baskets, Darryl Dawkins hitting 2, and Andrew Toney getting 4 points. This is the bench scoring right now. 7:06 remain in this first half, and it's a 4-point Laker lead. Kurt Rambis coming in, and Bob McAdoo has been red hot from the field, hitting 5 out of 6. And Kareem will go out of the game with his 3rd personal foul as we join you. So the teams have traded baskets, but Kareem has 3 fouls, and McAdoo is off to a great start with 10 points. Erving inside, loops it up, and Magic Johnson the rebound. Julius Erving has not scored in the game. He has missed all 6 shots he's taken. Johnson misses. 3-on-2. McAdoo back to make a 3-on-3, and Clint Richardson draws the foul. And the one thing we have seen about Philadelphia, Bill Russell, and that's the Sixers are going to the hoop in this game.
Yes, they're getting some of their shots blocked, and they're missing a lot of shots in close, but they're taking in there, and they're going to keep doing that, and I think that in the end it'll pay off for them.
So Philadelphia doesn't have the lead. They know that LA can put on the big spurt at any time, but they are looking better and playing better in this desperation game for them. 30 to score. The Lakers trailed by 7 when Bob McAdoo came in. Now they lead by 4. They were 1 for 12 for a measly 8% when they started this ball game, but since then, 62%. And one of the Lakers that are in the midst of that huddle is Clay Johnson, the 6'4" rookie from Missouri, who was drafted 4 years ago by Portland in the 4th round. He made an early appearance in game number 4, and he is on the court. There he is, 6'4". They call him Junior Cooper because he has skills similar of Michael Cooper, who's 3 inches taller. He came out of the Continental League in Billings, Montana. He's a spectacular player, and in 3 minutes had a steal and a fancy slam dunk. So Clay Johnson really getting in the thick of pressure games early here lately.
They have a lot of confidence in him, and so does Philadelphia have a lot of confidence in Clint Richardson. He's playing in the key parts of the game. He's getting a lot of minutes in those clutch situations.
He had 7 points on 3 for 5 shooting to bring the Sixers back in game number 4. 6:38 remaining in the first half. Lakers are up by 3. They trap McAdoo. Gets it to Cooper. Swing it to Clay Johnson. We'll see his outside shot there. Magic tries to keep it up, and Dawkins ties him up for a jump ball.
What the Sixers are going to find out, they know that Bob McAdoo can shoot. Now they're going to find out if he can pass. Because they're double teaming him as soon as he gets the ball. And he doesn't have a shot like the sky hook, so that the double team will be more effective.
Norm Nixon has come back in the ball game for the Lakers, and Clay Johnson, the rookie, goes out. Tip controlled by Dawkins and the Sixers. LA has outscored Philadelphia's bench 16-7. Cheeks controlling. Sixers are down by 3. They trail 3-1 in the series. No team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit in the final. And we'll have a foul against Los Angeles underneath. It's a penalty situation no matter what, and it's on Kurt Rambis.
Now here's the play. And there's the foul. They're getting to know each other quite well.
2 fouls on Rambis as Dawkins hits the first free throw. Darryl, 25 years old, came out of Evans High School in Orlando, has been in 7 years, and people have constantly expected more than what he has delivered. Lakers lead is 1. LA has not gone to the free throw line in this game. Dawkins knocked the ball away, but the Lakers still have it. On the free throw line, Philadelphia is 9 for 12, but LA has not had a chance yet. 6 minutes exactly remaining in the half, and Magic going in, and they'll call offensive foul against Magic Johnson.
Now here he comes down the middle here. He's taken off, and there's Dawkins. And he got there a little late.
2 fouls on Urban Magic Johnson. So the crowd is with it today. The Sixers are with it, and the Lakers are too. And we have A spirited first half of action here at the Spectrum. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. NBA World Championship on the line here. The Lakers need to win to wrap it up. They don't want to go to a game 6. Julius is shot blocked by McAdoo, and Magic comes down 3-on-1. Clint Richardson comes back in the flow, and a foul against Philadelphia. And that's what turnovers will do to you when the Lakers have that running game going. Wilkes back in the ball game for Los Angeles. McAdoo goes out, and he has been superb with 10 points so far. There's Jamaal. Lakers were down by 7. McAdoo came in. They were up by 4. Lead now cut to a single digit. Cooper on the line. Clint Richardson had committed the foul his first. 3 team fouls on Philadelphia with 5:34 to play in the half. Now,
for the rest of this half, the Sixers are going to have to be very careful. The Lakers would like to get one of those hot streaks and put them away. They have to stay. So far, they've managed to hang tough, but they're going to have to be very careful now.
Lakers trapping. Cheeks trapped by Nixon and Magic. Jones shuffles it. There's Chocolate Thunder. Darryl Dawkins. Lakers by 1.
And that's the way to be careful.
Bill knows what he's talking about with those spurts. 40-9 scoring spurt in game 1. 15-1 in game number 3 in the first half. 13-2 in the second half. Los Angeles has the ability to get it going and run you into the ground. And amazing that Philadelphia trailing Los Angeles by a point, despite the fact that Julius Erving is 0 for 7 from the floor. Julius. Nixon misses. Dawkins knocks it out, but Nixon is there. LA seems to be in the right place at the right time more than Philadelphia for second shots in the series.
Well, Rambis got a hand on that.
Denying the ball to Wilkes is Bobby Jones. Good defense by Philadelphia right here. Cheeks on Nixon. Nixon hits, but Philadelphia played it as well as they could. Lakers by 3. McAdoo and Nixon each with 10 to lead the Lakers. Toney has 15 and Dawkins 10 for Philadelphia. They have a new clock to work with on the kick. Cheeks free. Foul on Nixon. And Cheeks will shoot 2 actually, as Norm commits number 2 for him.
And the Sixers are executing their offense better than they have since game 2.
And the question is, people will say, why does Philadelphia look so better in this game, whether they win or not? They look so much better, assured, confident than they did in the last 2 games.
Well, this is the kind of team they are. When they're up against it, they seem to react very well. They're playing so much better today than they did in the last 2 games.
Cheeks misses it, and Erving's timing just not there for the follow-up. 4:19 remaining, first half. Lakers lead by 2. Wilkes. And Cheeks the rebound, and we'll have a push foul against Los Angeles.
Kurt Rambis.
That's 3 on Kurt Rambis. So Kareem and Rambis each with 3.
Now here's the play here. Daryl's holding him a little bit. And again, and then he pushes Daryl there. And what happens a lot of times, the referee will see the second foul. In more cases than not.
Rambis goes to the sideline, and Bob McAdoo has come back in the ball game. He has 10 points, and he hasn't been stopped from the field yet. Dawkins misses the free throw. He averaged 20 points. Talk about Dawkins in the 1980 series against these teams. LA coming right back after the basket. They don't waste much time. Nixon pulls up, and this is what they do so well. While you're savoring the points at one end, they come back and get 2 at the other end. And the Lakers still lead by 2 following another tie. 3:53 to go, and another foul on Los Angeles.
And a great move by Maurice Cheeks, because he's doing what you have to do. Normally he would pull up and set up the offense, but he saw an opening there and he challenged the guys. And when he's doing this, they are a lot better team.
And Bob McAdoo has his 3rd foul. So McAdoo, Kareem, and Rambis have 3. And so the Lakers front court riddled with personal fouls with 3:53 remaining in the first half. But Philadelphia is not taking advantage of it. They're missing from the line. They're 10 of 16 from the line right to this point.
Well, a lot of times when you play this well, you have to give up something. And it's better to not shoot the free throws so well and play the other game rather than shoot the free throws well and not play the other game as well.
Sixers are not really in much of a position to give up anything, and they know that. Michael Cooper from the corner hit. So L.A., they haven't been shooting that well from the perimeter, although Philadelphia says that's what we'll give them. Michael Cooper now has 10 points, so 3 in double figures for the Lakers. He's 4 for 4. Cheeks comes right back with his 9th point of the game. Toney with 15, Dawkins 12-9, the leading scorers, and Wilkes got 3. He is one of the best on the Lakers at moving without the ball. 3:15 to go in the first half, and now a timeout called, a 20-second timeout.
Now here's the last fast break. And you see Wilkes push Bobby Jones out of the way and end up with a layup.
So far, Bill, it seems as if Philadelphia is going to the hoop more than the Lakers. The Lakers are relying more on the outside shot, although they're more successful in this game.
Where both these teams, if you compare their shooting, the Lakers are a better outside shooting team. And so you see guys like Norman Nixon, Jamaal Wilkes, and Michael Cooper, and Bob McAdoo making those longer shots. Now with the Sixers, they only have Andrew Toney and Maurice Cheeks, who are real good outside shooters. In fact, the next best outside shooter would either be Caldwell Jones or Daryl Dawkins. So they're in the framework of the whole game, that makes things about even. They're taking the shots that they'd like to have.
No team has ever gone through the playoffs to win the title with only 1 defeat. The Lakers are trying to accomplish that this afternoon. Julius steals, or inside, I'm sorry, almost a steal by Magic Johnson. Wilkes is on the dock. McAdoo on Dawkins. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Toney getting inside, a familiar move for him, and it drops. 17 points for Andrew Toney. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Toney had 36 points in Game 3, 28 in Game 4. Second leading scorer to Julius Erving. Still, Los Angeles ball.
Good defense by Philadelphia.
They are playing good defensively, and with foul trouble on Kareem, McAdoo is doing the job scoring-wise, but Philadelphia is stopping the others too. Well, we're pleased to have Pat O'Brien with us at the coach's room this afternoon, and we'll have first half analysis with Kevin Lockery and Hubie Brown. And we have, right now, the closest game that we've had in this playoffs. By the way, Brent Musburger will be at the news desk with the latest sports news and highlights and the finals of the Pepsi Challenge NBA Hot Shot competition, all coming up at halftime. Right here with 2:44 remaining in the first half. The Lakers are leading the Sixers by 1. Philadelphia reeled off the first 7 points of the game. That was their biggest lead, 9-2. L.A. came back, and their biggest margin was 4. Cooper on a pass from Magic Johnson. Now Philadelphia's shooting 15 of 23 from the likes of Toney, Dawkins, and Cheeks. The rest of the team is 1 for 13, so we know who the scorers are so far. Cooper, by the way, is 5 for 5 in the game. Dawkins, Bobby Jones, Julius. Basket counts and a foul, and when Philadelphia hits the offensive glass, they do well, as you saw there. First basket for the Doc.
And here's the ball's knocked loose by Bobby Jones. Julius gets it, and there's the foul on Michael Cooper.
Julius is 1 for 8 from the field, and in the scoring column for the first time in the ball game. And the 3 points ties the ball game up. So that is the 9th deadlock we've had here in the first half in a series that has been without close games. McAdoo breaks the tie. 12 points as he's shooting the eyes out of the hoop at 6 for 7 from the field. Where would they be without McAdoo in this one? 2 minutes to play now in the first half. Dawkins inside against Cooper. So Sixers are aggressive, and that's the way they have to play. Their season could end with a defeat today. They want to go back to Los Angeles for Tuesday night. Meanwhile, Philadelphia has committed their 4th team foul away from the ball. And Mark Landsberger has come into the ball game for the Lakers. He played 6 minutes and had 4 rebounds in Thursday night's game, and he's in to bang the boards.
Now, what the Sixers obviously have decided to do, that no matter what, they're going to go inside. If the Lakers have to block 25 shots, let them block 25, but they're going to block 25 shots in close.
Bobby Jones committed the foul. Julius outside on Magic Johnson. Dawkins' assignment is Landsberger, who's just come in. Swinging around a screen is Nixon. Cheeks with him like a glove. Got a hand on the ball, and Nixon's shot drops anyway. Good defense by Mo. Nothing he can do about that. Lakers break the tie. Toney in a crowd. Julius doesn't want to get trapped in the corner. Looking for help, cross-court Cheeks. Mo penetrates, and that's exactly what they're doing. The ball went off, but Philadelphia is at least getting inside. Here comes the break. Nixon all the way. 1 minute to go. And the Lakers have matched their biggest lead of the game with 4 points. Julius inside. He misses, and it's still Philadelphia ball as Wilkes knocked the ball out of bounds. Clint Richardson comes back in. Norm Nixon with a tremendous first half. 16 points and 7 assists. Nixon had 14 assists, which tied a playoff high for this season's postgame. Dawkins. 50 seconds. Bobby Jones inside. They're getting inside. No question about it, Philadelphia.
They're taking many shots they possibly can inside.
Nixon driving, block, and a foul call. And that'll be the 15th foul on Philadelphia.
And it's called on Clint Richardson.
Second on Clint.
Well, that's part of the Laker offense. When you make a basket, is to get the ball up as quick as possible and try to get a shot off in 4 or 5 seconds, because there's no way the defense has time to set up.
Best season of his career for Norman Nixon. Leading playmaker of the series. He had 29 points in Game 3. He's the key to the running game for this ball club. Lakers by 4. 40 seconds remaining. First half. Andrew Toney. Inside move and a Laker foul. Magic Johnson commits that foul. For Johnson, that's his third.
Well, two things are developing. With Kareem, Rambus, and McAdoo all having foul problems, they are getting rest. And the Lakers are staying in the game with these guys on the bench. When they come back, they'll be pretty fresh for the second half. The only thing that will be in Philadelphia's favor is that their guys have played enough to have a good rhythm for the game.
Magic goes out, and there's Clay Johnson, who comes into the ball game from the University of Missouri, and Andrew Toney trying to cut the Laker lead to 2, and he does. Toney has 19 points in the ball game. He is the leading scorer. Nixon has 18 for Los Angeles. 30 seconds to go, and 17 on the shot clock in the first half. 2-point Laker lead. Jamaal Wilkes. And Dawkins comes down and fires it up into a crowd, and Clint Richardson is there. Doctor. Oh, doctor, as Red Barber used to say, the old Dodger broadcaster. Tie score again, our 11th tie. 5 seconds to go in the half. And Cooper's shot does not count. If it goes, that's the end of the half. Hear the crowd. At the end of the first half here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, the Sixers have come to play. The question is, have they come to win? And we'll be back in the coach's room. Brett Musburger all coming up at halftime in just a moment. Kareem 1 for 1 for 2 points. Philadelphia's front line isn't much better as they are 4 for 15. The two Joneses and Julius Erving. The big story is that McAdoo and Cooper are 11 of 12 coming off the bench between them, and they are the hot scorers. And of course, Norm Nixon is having a tremendous game, considering 18 points and 8 assists. He has accounted for 34 of 54 LA points, so he's having perhaps his best game. With your viewpoints, we heard from the coaches. What do you want to add here?
Well, the Sixers, if they're going to win this game, will have to come out to start the second half just like they started the game. And they're going to need a good, strong second half from Daryl Dawkins. He seems to be the guy, the key guy. And we haven't heard much in terms of scoring from Maurice Cheeks. But he is the guy that keeps him going.
You know, you talk about Dawkins. In game 1, he scored 14 points in the first half. Didn't play hardly at all in the second half when he scored only 2.
Well, they're going to need him in the second half in this game. If he can give them a good game, they should be in pretty good shape. Although he's not starting, if he can give them a good game, I think that we may see Julius come out and be a little more effective.
All right.
But if all else fails, There's one thing that they can count on for sure is Andrew Toney.
Andrew Toney can explode. He had 36 in game number 3, 28 in game 4. He's averaged 24 a game, so big half coming up. It's a tie. Lakers could be 24 minutes away from a world championship as the Sixers trap and press. And we have an early foul, or they call it illegal defense. So it's an illegal defense.
Pick up the man. 22, illegal defense.
It's on Andrew Toney. And it's a technical. Now, earlier we told you that Caldwell Jones had 3 fouls when he had 2. One of those fouls was not a foul, but a warning for an illegal defense. So as a result, this was the technical, and Norm Nixon missed it.
Worst shot in the world, the technical foul.
Yeah, but like I said, no one ever asked you to shoot them.
Oh, I've had to shoot them occasionally. Everybody else left.
They triple team Kareem, who's trying to get off here in the second half. Magic Johnson. So no one blocked out Magic Johnson. You know, the Lakers have a rebound effort chart which grades players on their ability to block out people and go after the ball. They grade everyone but the point guard. And the most consistent people they have are Wilkes, Rambis, and Magic Johnson. The jump shot by Caldwell Jones, his first points of the ball game. And we have our 12th time. Getting back inside is Wilkes. So the
Great
Lakers...
penetration by
Lakers
Norm Nixon.
inside.
He penetrated in at the guard defense.
Julius goes inside, and so all the buckets, with the exception of one, are inside shots. And Erving has 7 points. So we're going to look for Kareem and Julius to really get into the scoring flow more here. Rambis has position on Bobby Jones under the hoop. Can't do the reverse layup, but there he is on the follow-up. Kurt Rambis, who had 11 rebounds in the 4th game, has his first basket in 8 tries. Lakers by 2. Bobby Jones draws the foul. No basket. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. First team foul of this second half. Bobby Jones sometimes gets tired, but no wonder the way he goes end to end with that transition game going from defense to the attack.
And he plays with a lot of contact. So contact is another thing that adds to fatigue.
Kurt Rambis committed the foul. That's his 4th. The other players with 3 fouls on the Lakers: Kareem, McAdoo, and Erving Johnson. No one on Philadelphia yet has 3 fouls. Jones has always been an outstanding free throw shooter. He had 9 rebounds in Thursday night's game, as we said, coming back from the hip injury that held him scoreless in Tuesday night's 3rd game. And we have another deadlock. Minute and a half gone by, 3rd period. We have had 14 ties. Philadelphia with the trap, but Magic at 6'9", Nixon at 6'2", Wilkes goes low to Kareem. Skyhook perfect. Kareem has proved much stronger than Caldwell Jones in their head-to-head duels, stronger physically. C. Jones misses outside that time. Loose ball, Caldwell Jones again. And Jones winds up a 3rd time and makes good. That one was a gift for him.
And there's unexpected help. And Caldwell Jones has got a good start to second half.
Bobby Jones helps on the double team, but Kurt Rambis goes in and is fouled, and the basket counts.
Great pass by Kareem, incidentally.
Let's watch Caldwell Jones at the other end first.
Inside, right there, nice soft touch. Misses. Ball's loose again. He comes up with it.
Comes from a great family of athletes. Major Jones of Houston. The dad is a pretty good player. Wilbur Jones, a former player. They got good genes down there. 11-8 in the playoffs, and so when they've won, they've obviously done better in the categories than when they have lost. Philadelphia hanging in here, trying to send this series to Los Angeles for Game 6 Tuesday night. We were talking about the rebound effort chart. The Lakers have a man upstairs watching this. Grades everyone, as I said, but the point guard, how they react in rebound situations, whether they block out, go for the ball. 60 to 70 is considered a good grade. As we mentioned, Wilkes, Rambis, and Magic are the most consistent, and it seems that Kareem and McAdoo fluctuate a lot, but that's something I don't think many teams have, that emphasis on the rebound, judging it from things other than grabbing the board. Lakers by 2, 9:40 remaining in the 3rd period. Toney and the Lakers more of a trapping defense. Rambis is not guarding anyone inside. Bobby Jones scores. That was his own. 9.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd period.
And Billy Cunningham wants to know where the zone is.
That was a good old college zone, as we saw on NCAA basketball on CBS this year.
An outstanding college zone, I might add.
Johnson to Wilkes, who gets free, blocked by Bobby Jones, and the second attempt by Wilkes, who's hit in the face, is good. Jamaal is upset, maybe the most upset I've ever seen him right now. He got hit and nothing was called. He's won a championship in '75 with Golden State.
You only get hit if the referee calls it. If he doesn't call it, you didn't get hit.
And we'll have an offensive foul called against Philadelphia.
There's the open shot by Bobby.
And Jamaal Wilkes now has 10 points in the game. Bobby Jones, by the way, committed the third foul. First Sixer to have 3 fouls. And it's a 4-point lead for the Lakers with 8:40 to go. Victory for the Lakers gives them the title of kick. Start a new clock for Philadelphia. 8:37 to go, third period. Lakers won game 1. They were down by 15. Wound up with a 16-point lead with a tremendous spurt. Foul is on Jamaal Wilkes. Second team foul on Los Angeles in the second personal on the former UCLA star who was part of an 88-game winning streak at UCLA. There's the alley-oop, Philadelphia style. Julius Erving. Cheeks. Tie score. Spectacular play and good D. And Nixon misses. And here come the Sixers again. Cheeks. And they lost it. So they lose that momentum that they had gone, at least for the moment, as I think Cheeks tried to get it over to Bobby Jones right next to him. 17 ties in the ballgame. Crowd at a fevered pitch right now, and it's early for that with 4 minutes gone by, third period. But the Sixers have gotten them that way. Kareem, double teamed by Toney and Caldwell Jones, finds Rambis. Has he been a contributor in this series, in this game? 6 points, and he's hit his last 3.
And the Lakers are showing great patience on their offense. They're making Philadelphia have to play a lot of defense.
Bobby Jones hits the outside shot. They need that from him. He has 12 in the game. Toney is the high scorer with 19 for Philly. Nixon 18 for the Lakers. Abdul Jabbar try to keep it going. A 4-on-2 and Andrew Toney. And the Sixers are back on top. Nixon misses and Wilkes keeps it going, and a fine pass to Magic inside. A great pass by Wilkes, and Johnson will go to the line to try to tie it up. Philadelphia, as McAdoo comes in with instructions from Riley. Philly has their first lead since 22-20 in the first quarter, and they love it at the Spectrum, where they haven't given up on their team. 6:55 remaining in the third period, and we'll return with more NBA championship action after our rebound feature with former NBA great Bill Walton. Off to a 7-0 lead. McAdoo and Cooper came off the bench, sparked an LA comeback. They went ahead by 4 on 5 different occasions in the first half. But the Sixers tied it at 54 at the half, and LA has led by as much as 4 here in the third. As you look at the shooting story, a red-hot Philadelphia effort as the Sixers have their first lead since 22-20.
And they brought Daryl Dawkins back early.
Dawkins has 2 personals, but more important, 14 points. And a sprightly game for the former high school performer turned professional who missed 28 games with a broken shin bone this year. And Magic on the line. He has shot more than 84.5% from the free throw line. The best free throw shooter on the team. And he misses both. Erving to Toney. Andrew in the corner. In a crowd. Johnson picked him up, now Wilkes. They go to Dawkins. Out to Toney as Nixon picks up Andrew. Cheeks with that extra pass inside to Julius. It's that extra pass that does it every time, Russ. Kareem and a foul inside. He was clobbered by two Sixers.
Now here's the play with Julius Erving. That baseline goes underneath. And he knows what to do with it when he gets in there.
Lakers are 0 for 4 at the free throw line this half. Dawkins' foul is his third. Team foul 3. Lakers have 2 team fouls. And the Lakers are now 0 for 5 from the line here in the second half. Kareem had scored 20 or more points 18 straight times before that mark was broken in Game 3 when he had 16. And the Lakers can't hit a free throw. Sixers by 4. Their biggest lead was way early in the game at 7 points. Crowd standing, block inside by McAdoo, who has played a superb all-round game at both ends for Los Angeles. Nixon coming around and Cheeks covering him. Wilkes trying to get loose inside, and Julius watching him. McAdoo against Caldwell Jones. 10 seconds on the shot clock as they surround Kareem. Jamaal. Johnson. Lakers crash the offensive board, and McAdoo hits. Boy, are they tough in there.
And the Sixers were not. They got that in spite of Sixers working so hard because Dawkins and Julius were both strong in there and they still didn't come up with the ball.
McAdoo, 14 points, 5:39 remaining, third period. Toney into the hands of the Lakers. Nixon, Sixers back on the D. Nixon powers in and Wilkes goes up without the ball. Cheeks, LA is back. Cheeks working his way in the lane. And Julius said, all right, let's get it together. McAdoo is 7 for 8 from the field. And Andrew Toney is also having a brilliant afternoon with 23 points. By far the best game of this playoff series, the championship round. We have had 4 routes, more or less. This is the first tight nose-to-nose game we've had. And under 5 minutes remaining in the third period. And Dawkins may have been hit by number 4. Let's wait.
Now, Dawkins got caught again with the second foul because Kareem pushed him away a little bit, and just as he grabbed, the referee took a look. Now, here's Dawkins guarding Kareem. Now, here's the ball. Now, watch. Kareem push it. Now, see, there.
That's right. He got hit with his 4th foul. So let's see what Billy does. Does he keep him in with 4 or take him out? We'll find out when we get back. Yep. Back in 67, you see what they've done since then. This is their 3rd title chance in the last 6 years. They have lost the previous 2, one to Portland and one to Los Angeles. The Lakers are in their 11th championship round. They have won only 2 of the previous 10, but one of them, of course, against Philadelphia. Julius Erving, who played for Kevin Lockery with the Nets in the old ABA, won 2 titles there. And he has really been a one-man gang, not so much a one-man team, but when it comes down to the crunch, he has taken things into his own hands in key games. There you look at the offensive rebound story. LA has been good off of that and the second chance points as a result.
And they're leaving Dale Dawkins in there, although he does have the 4 fouls.
Maybe a good move at this point. 4:45 to go in the third. McAdoo has been out of sight, misses that one. Julius out of Cheeks. He has Toney, Caldwell Jones, and the Doc coming up as the trailer. Kareem now into the play. I think Abdul Jabbar is really primed right now. Foul on McAdoo on Dawkins, and that is the 3rd team foul on Los Angeles. The Sixers have 4. Here it is.
Now here's the contact. Here's Dawkins underneath. Getting position, and there's McAdoo. Too late.
4 fouls on Bob McAdoo, and of course he stays in the ball game. Michael Cooper in the ball game along with Norm Nixon. Magic Johnson playing a forward position now and guarding Julius Erving. Nixon is on Cheeks, Cooper on Andrew Toney. Toney burned Cooper and a lot of others to a 46-point game earlier this year, and Dawkins hits the shot. 16 points, just like game number 1 when he had 14 in the first half and only 2 in the second. Winding down to 4 minutes to go in the third period. The Sixers are up by 6 points. They need this win to stay alive and force a 6th game in Los Angeles Tuesday. Kareem, second chance. Cheeks saves it to Erving. The Doctor. Biggest lead of the game for Philadelphia. And an offensive foul, LA.
On Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And that's number 4 if it's on Kareem.
Now here comes Julius on that breakaway in the wide open court. He takes off, goes right by McAdoo. Keeps control. The Lakers have had to call timeout to regroup.
Kareem has 4, McAdoo has 4, and Rambis has 4. And Julius, who is 0 for 7, has hit 6 of his last 7 shots to give Philadelphia their biggest lead of the ball game. We're gone. Michael Cooper on a fast break layup. He is 6 for 6 in the game. The Sixer lead is cut to 6 and up to 8 again as Andrew Toney has 25 points in the game. Philadelphia has scored 14 of the last 18 points. Nixon controlling. We have 2:45 remaining in the third period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell.
And great defense by Maurice Cheeks.
McAdoo guarded by Caldwell Jones, and he was hit on the elbow by Caldwell Jones, and that'll be the 3rd personal foul on C. Jones. Mark Landsberger comes into the game. You know what they want from him. Strictly rebounds inside, and when you want to talk about rebounds per time played, as Kareem goes out, Landsberger was 2nd in the league to Larry Smith in the ratio of rebounds to minutes played. And the Lakers are 0 for 7 from the stripe in this half. And that's their first free throw of the half. 1 for 8. Dawkins. 18 for Dawkins. 8 for 12 from the field. 2:25 remaining. This is Philadelphia's last stand until Tuesday if they can survive this. But the Lakers can come back quickly, as we've seen with 3 big spurts in this series. Norm Nixon with a good head feint to Cheeks and hits the jump shot, or I should say the banker. 20 for Norm. He is the high scorer for the Lakers. Toney with 25, top point man for Philadelphia. 2 minutes remaining in the third period. And Dawkins and Landsberger getting very close to things. Let's see why they're not happy with each other.
Now here's Dawkins got a score on this one. He got inside, and there's Landsberger going over the top.
Foul is on Landsberger. His first. Bobby Jones comes in. The ovation for Julius. Let's hear it. 13 points for Julius Erving, who missed his first 7 shots of the ball game. 14 fouls on the Lakers. Philadelphia already over the limit. And Dawkins called for the offense, or is it illegal defense? Let's check it out. Magic Johnson has been called for the illegal defense. And that's going to result in a technical foul shot as Magic protests the call. And the best free throw shooter on the Sixers, Caldwell Jones, will attempt it. Illegal defenses all over the place. How many times are they going to call it as C. Jones misses? Will they call it 4 or 5 times a game?
Here's the illegal defense. There's Magic standing right there, standing there, not guarding anyone, standing there, and they called it.
I guess by now the people know that the Lakers have used a pretty good zone in this series.
It's been very effective.
And that's all that counts. They're winning 3-1. That's the bottom line. Bobby Jones into Dawkins. Saves it to Bobby. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Andrew Toney. 11 of 15. Shooting for Andrew Toney, who has 27 points. He had 36 in game 3. 9-point lead's the biggest of the ball game. Cooper with 10 seconds to go in the 24-second stanza. Magic throws it away to Cheeks. Nixon is back. Mo Cheeks. Goaltending. Basket counts. Goaltending on McAdoo.
Goaltending or not, that was great hustle by Bob McAdoo. He beat Norm Nixon. There comes McAdoo.
An incredible, raucous crowd backing their ball club, trying to see him claw back from a 3-1 deficit. And the foul is against Philadelphia. With 52 seconds to go, Pat Riley, 5 of his 9 years as a player spent with the Lakers, wants Jamaal Wilkes, as Bobby Jones has just picked up his 4th personal foul. Dawkins and Bobby Jones, each with 4. For the Lakers, Rambis, Abdul, Jabbar, and McAdoo have 4. And here comes Wilkes, and he'll come in for Norm Nixon, who goes out of the game with 20. And for Philadelphia, Clint Richardson enters the ball game, replacing Maurice Cheeks. There's Clint.
And there's nothing subtle about the way they're playing this game now. This is just hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Win or lose, it's
defense, pounding the defensive boards, and getting out and running it.
Win or lose, it's amazing the way Philadelphia seems to rise to the occasion with their backs to the wall. Whether they can do it for 3 straight, who knows? Bobby Jones fouled by Michael Cooper. But I'll tell you one thing. What do you do when you're down 3-1? You don't think of 3 games, do you?
You know, you go quarter at a time. What you try to do is make sure if you win 3 quarters, you should win the game. And that was an outstanding pass by Clint Richardson. They did what you have to do when a team is trapping. You try to get the ball as close to the basket as soon as possible.
Michael Cooper has 3 personal fouls, both teams in the penalty, with 41 seconds to play in the 3rd. The Sixers have been known as an unemotional team. They have a lot of quiet.
They are emotional.
Outstanding players, but they are quiet people compared to perhaps the Lakers and some other ball club. Dawkins all over Landsberger. No love lost there. And Bobby Jones on Jamaal. Steps back a little bit. 26 seconds and 7 on the shot clock. McAdoo. What a game he's played. Bob McAdoo, 17 points. 8-point lead for Philadelphia, but Los Angeles, as we've seen dramatically, particularly in the opening game of this series, has the ability to come back in an incredible spurt. 5 seconds to go in the period, and Dawkins cuts it through.
And what key to that was the penetration by Clint Richardson.
He's been doing it. With Lionel Hollins out, he's been doing it. That's the end of the 3rd period. The NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station. Challenge for Philadelphia. Dawkins, 6 points, 9 of 13. Toney, 8 points, has hit his last 3. Julius Erving has hit his last 5 shots. He had 8 points in that 3rd period. And Bobby Jones, a quiet but effective 7 points. So Philadelphia, with an 8-1 playoff record when they're leading after 3 periods, is something to remember as we start the 4th period. In Los Angeles have not trailed that often when they've been in the playoffs. They're 1-1.
Now here they go for the shooting. Has been pretty good shooting, I'd say, offhand. Now they start in the 4th period. This is so important to start out for the Sixers because you know the Lakers are going to make a strong run at them.
And they want to delay it as much as possible. Andrew Toney looking around. Dawkins facing the hoop and shooting over Wilkes. The rebound is McAdoo. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar starts this period on the bench. He has scored only 4 points and on the bench with 4 fouls.
Now, with this Laker team, with the exception of Landsberger in place of Rambis, this is a team that has been so quick, such a quick running team.
We saw them against Boston. The alley-oop play to McAdoo is good. McAdoo with 19 points. This is the same team we saw the Lakers use against Boston and win so convincingly at Boston Garden this year. Wilkes picks up Toney on a switch. Now back to Michael Cooper.
Now the Sixers are not so good when Toney dribbles this much.
The others stand around. That's the problem with it, but Bobby Jones didn't stand around. The shot was blocked. McAdoo and Landsberger underneath, taken right back by Toney. Julius.
That helped a lot, psychologically, because they just missed what they thought was a good shot, and they come up with something that's important for them now.
Jamaal Wilkes, top of the key. Julius with him. McAdoo. What a machine he's been. He misses it, and Julius Erving leads the break. But Jones and Toney on the left. Draws the foul. The first foul of this 4th period. Watch this very important play that you just pointed out.
Now here's the play. The Lakers fast break is starting, and here comes Toney right there. He steals the ball because Mike Cooper's looking around. And there's the layup by the doctor.
And Los Angeles is going to their big guns right now because Norm Nixon and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar come back in the ball game. Kareem, with 4 points and 4 personal fouls, had 22 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists in his finest game on Thursday. Magic also goes out. So we have Cooper, Nixon, Wilkes, McAdoo, and Abdul-Jabbar.
Now what Pat Riley is doing now is changing the look of his team. He wants different kinds of scoring and defense now, and maybe they can disrupt the Philadelphia run.
And maybe they'll work more inside. They have McAdoo for the outside, and we have Kareem for the inside play. Julius in a steal, and they'll have it. That was for the fans, Bill. That was for the fans.
Here's the steal by the doctor, and it speaks for itself.
Timeout, Lakers. This is what it's like here. Thank you very much, Vin. Back in the action, the biggest lead of the ball game for either side, 14 points for Philadelphia. Kareem, top of the key, McAdoo looking inside. Knocked away and a steal. And a foul on McAdoo. That's number 5 on him. And it might have been done out of frustration, I don't know. But a great play by Dawkins right before the foul. Turnover Story. Cooper knocking it away from Toney. Richardson, who's up inside. He's about 6'1", 6'2", but he can get the hoops. He's listed as 6'3", but I don't think he's that tall. 16-point Philadelphia lead. Marty Aronoff, our statistician, points out it's been the hot streaks in this series. Philly has one going now.
Great pass back to Richardson.
And it's the Sixers who are running the Lakers. It's the Sixers who are running LA in this game.
Now watch this, he just leaves it there. And there goes Bobby Jones.
And Philadelphia has outscored the Lakers 37-15 to go from 4 points down to 101-83 up. You know, this has been an incredible series so far because no one really gave Philadelphia any kind of a chance after the last 2 games, and now they look like a super team in this game. How do you explain it, Bill?
Well, they came ready to play. You know, I thought they would come out starting strong, and so far they've followed the game plan pretty much. What they have to do is be careful now and not try to sit on the lead.
Philadelphia does a lot when they convert steals, and they've done it this afternoon. Sixers are shooting 72%. They're 21 of 29 this half, and they've held on to the ball well, have not committed turnovers. Wilkes. And it's Dawkins who just taps it out to Nixon.
Good play by Dawkins. He couldn't get the rebound, so that was a good play.
Wilkes inside. Tough basket by Wilkes, who winds up on the floor. Under 9 minutes remaining, 101-85, 4th period action, and here comes the LA trap. Dawkins gets inside against it and is fouled by Kareem. 5 on Kareem.
Now here's the play. The play before there.
So Dawkins is on the line, 9 of 14 from the field. And this may be, and it is, I would say, his best game in the playoffs since the Atlanta series when he scored 27 points. Dawkins has 20 as he misses both free throws.
And what he's done is got Kareem in foul trouble.
Cooper comes right back.
Now this is where they have to be careful. They've got to go down now and get a good shot. They have to be careful because the Lakers are not out of this by any means.
No, Cooper is 7 for 7. He hasn't missed yet. He has 16 points. Toney comes right back and misses. Bobby Jones is stripped, and it's still Philadelphia ball. But now this is where Philadelphia, as Billy Cunningham says, don't keep taking those outside shots, right? Work it inside. It's been going for us. Julius out to Richardson. Good penetrator. Richardson follows up his own shot, and Clint Richardson, who's been playing as the third guard in place of the injured Lionel Hollins, who's been back but not 100%, has been a great contributor. Air ball by Cooper. Clint Richardson comes out again with Toney. Bobby Jones. Textbook basketball by the Philadelphia 76ers.
And they have so far been up to every challenge the Lakers have thrown at them.
105-87, 18-point lead, biggest lead of the ball game. And Philadelphia is going after everything. The Sixers, right now in good shape, sending this game back to Los Angeles at 105-87 if they could just protect the ball. Dawkins going out. Listen to the hand. What a game for Darryl Dawkins, who's always under pressure. They always want more from him. Well, today they've gotten it. Erving against Jamaal Wilkes. Bobby Jones. Caldwell Jones. Clint Richardson. Blocked by Kareem. 7:15 to go. Plenty of time. The Lakers battling back. Cooper has not missed today. He is 8 for 8 from the field, making one miss. I'm sorry. He's 8 for 9. And a timeout call by the Sixers.
And as well as the Sixers are playing, and they have complete control of the game, but they still have to be careful of this LA team. There's so much time left.
LA has not made that run yet. Established his career playoff scoring high with 18 points on 8 for 9 from the field. Defense has been his specialty, but this year, because of camp, when he started to practice his shot and get some confidence, he ended up delivering like this during the regular season, and at one point had 31 points against the Celtics, and he can be relied upon for offense, Bill.
He's having a great season, a great playoff, because anytime you play good defense, you're always an integral part of the situation. Now, Sixers are playing great, but they normally have flat spots where nothing works for them. Now the question today is, will it be a short one or a long one? If it's a long one, the Lakers will get back in the game. If it's a short one, they'll be able to hold them off fairly easy.
Clock with a kick by Wilkes, 24-second clock. We have under 7 minutes remaining, 6:58 to be precise. 16-point lead. The biggest was 18 points. So Toney with 29 points. That's one way to stop the run. Taken away, picked up again by Wilkes. And he travels. Philadelphia ball. That's the clock. 6:39 remaining in the fourth period. Pat Riley wondering what to do next. He may have to be wondering about Game 6 of the fourth.
And in the last two exchanges, the Sixers have come out in pretty good shape.
Lakers have 14 fouls. The Sixers none in this fourth period. And that could be important. Toney gets it out to Caldwell Jones. Bobby Jones goes in and is fouled by Erving Johnson. So Magic has his fourth foul. In foul trouble for the Lakers, Kareem with 5 and McAdoo with 5.
Now here's the shot. Bobby Jones going in, and there's the foul. The Sixers have definitely decided today, from the beginning of this game through now, that they're going to go to the hoop, and even if Kareem is there, he's just going to have to block shots all day because they're going in there and taking it to him. As a consequence, he is in foul trouble.
What has happened in the past when you played and teams decided to go that way? Did it wear you down a little bit? Honestly now.
Well, we took advantage of it. Because if you block a few, you kind of take the wind out of their sails. But I don't know what we've done with a club like the Sixers because nothing seems to bother them.
Kareem goes inside. And they're going to count the basket. The ball was deflected off the glass, so the basket counts for Kareem, who ends up with 6 points right now.
Now here's a shot. There's the ball against the board. When you hit the board, you got to leave it alone.
The Lakers are already over the limit with fouls. Philadelphia has not committed a team foul, and we have nearly 6 minutes remaining in this fourth period. Julius inside. A drop for him. What great shooting for Julius Erving, who missed his first 7 shots. He has now come back to hit 8 in a row and has 21 points. He's been Philadelphia's high scorer in this championship series. Michael Cooper. gets the rebound. And Wilkes gets, no, he doesn't get the bucket. He was in position. And the Doc working against Magic. Bobby Jones. And Philadelphia is punishing Los Angeles on the offensive glass. Wilkes. And Cooper, loose ball foul against Michael Cooper. And everything is falling down for LA in this game 5.
Here's Julius Erving, goes all the way, takes a shot, but Bobby Jones is right up to it, gets the rebound and puts it back up.
Kareem is going out of the ball game, and a hand for Bobby Jones at the other side.
And here the young man has made a mighty Bobby Jones going out. Jim Richardson has made quite a contribution today to this team. This is one of those games that I said that they're going to need. One of those outstanding games. This is just one of them. I think Daryl Dawkins and Julius Erving both came back second half with great second half.
Bobby Jones goes out with 21 points. So McAdoo becomes the center. With Cooper and Wilkes the forward. Cooper airball. Wilkes. Foul inside, and that is the first team foul on the Philadelphia club with 5 minutes remaining in this fourth period, and Jamaal Wilkes will go to the line. So right now, let's look at the alignments. Bantam and Erving are up front along with the center Caldwell Jones with Toney and Clint Richardson. Richardson has been sensational today in his role. Norm Nixon is in the backcourt. And LA may have to go back to free throw shooting and practice again as they did the other day with Johnson, Cooper, McAdoo, and Wilkes. 7 of 15 from the line. 50% won't do it from the free throw line, and that's what LA is shooting. 24-point lead, 23-point lead. And Clint Richardson with 9 points. He had 7 in game 4, tied a playoff high with 10 in game 2. And they throw it away.
And the Philadelphia defense is completely disorganized the LA offense. When they're trying to run their half-court game, it's completely disorganized.
Clay Richardson going to be coming in. Clay Johnson is coming in the ball game. Julius, baseline. Philadelphia is turning this game into a rout with 4:17 to go. And the Lakers will have something to think about going into game 6. They will have a lead, but Philadelphia has just received a tremendous boost. Nixon. McAdoo. And McAdoo with an outstanding game, 21 points, the high scorer. Steve Nicks will come in with under 4 minutes to play. Fourth period. A Philadelphia revival in dramatic terms here at the Spectrum this afternoon. And Andrew Toney has 31 points, and it's the 6th time Toney has scored over 30 points in the playoffs this season. And McAdoo comes right back. Timeout, Philadelphia. Listen to the crowd. They're going to go to Los Angeles with a chance to tie it up Tuesday.
And that flat spot that we were worried about with the 76ers, they've skipped right past it. There's no flat spot yet.
31 points. But just part of the story. There he is, as Philadelphia has gone in with Hollins and Mix, Bantam, Daryl Dawkins, and Clint Richardson with 3:27 to go. The Lakers led by 4 with less than 9 minutes to go in the third period, and the Sixers lead now by 25. So that is a turnaround reminiscent of game 1 when the Lakers did it to Philadelphia. Richardson. Eddie Jordan in the ball game, number 5, who suffered an injury in March. Mike McGee, the top draft pick from Michigan. Landsberger and Jim Brewer and Clay Johnson. And here is Franklin Edwards making his first appearance of the championship series, and Richardson goes out. What a game by Clint. 11 points and 4 rebounds for Clint Richardson as the third guard. 2:45 on the clock. Darryl Dawkins in his best game in the playoffs since the opening mini-series against Atlanta. And McGee. Philadelphia coming back with Nix. Franklin Edwards. #1 draft choice out of Cleveland State and a prolific scorer. 125-96. Nix. 31-point lead, and look at the Laker bench. Landsberger. And McGee follows up. So we have now 2 minutes remaining in this 5th game. And the Sixers have smiled. They did not have a lead either games 3 or 4 in Los Angeles as Hollins intercepts. And here they have crushed the Lakers to force a 6th game. And who knows what will happen. You'll have a chance to find out. 9 o'clock Eastern time, Tuesday night. And we'll have a foul, loose ball foul against Mike Banham. But what a tremendous, resounding turnaround by the Philadelphia 76ers. Erving 23, Jones 21, Toney 31, Dawkins 20. A million heroes on this club today.
And this is what's so unusual about the 76er team. Just when you're ready to count them out, they do something like they've done today.
Jim Brewer, 27-point lead. Now, you know, did anyone anticipate this today? Did anyone anticipate Philly beating Boston in the 7th game at the Garden?
Well, I expect them to come out ready to play, but I was worried about would they be able to keep it up the whole game. But they got some key games from guys.
Banton hits the jump shot.
Like Richardson and Dawkins and Bobby Jones. A bunch of guys contributed well above normal.
All right. As we watch the last minute and Jordan going for 3 points, obviously, and a blocked shot on Landsberger's part. Brewer has it. Point I want to make and ask you about, Landsberger off the offensive glass. Philadelphia has to be sky-high confidence-wise following the travel after this game. What is Los Angeles' viewpoint now going into Game 6 after this thrashing?
They're probably thinking, well, we'll just have to beat them at home. And I don't think they're upset or psychologically damaged by it.
No, but do you think they're a little bit wary, at least?
Oh, yes, you have to be aware this team is capable of playing this way.
That's what I mean. Edwards. Shot by Franklin Edwards. That's what I mean, Bill. The fact is the Lakers know that the Sixers are capable of coming back.
Well, I think they've established a new respect, and that's as important as anything. The Lakers know that this team can play now.
Mike McGee with his first point. Kareem scored 6 points. It's the first time since 1977 he had less than 10 points in a game. And this game is history on that shot. Basket count. They keep doing it when they have to do it. The Sixers, down but not out, come through with a 44-point 4th period. And anything the Lakers had in store, Philadelphia was ready. They came out in aggressive fashion. They went right at Kareem. They passed the ball around. They played with a verve and confidence that had been missing in games 3 and 4 in Los Angeles. And conference semifinals, and despite the presence of scoring king George Gervin, another 4-game sweep of the San Antonio Spurs to move into the conference finals. Meanwhile, in the East, Billy Cunningham has seen his Philadelphia 76ers accomplish everything but run off with a world championship.